Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII. Just to catch you up very quickly on last time, we were sent to General Caraway's mansion so that we could form up a plan to eliminate the Sorceress, which is Dictator for Life Vinzar de Ling's supposed ambassador for peace, but actually she plans on causing a huge world war, as if the Galbadians aren't doing enough already by, I don't know, invading other nations and occupying places like Timber and whatnot. We did our graduation exam by kicking them out of the town of Dalit, so they're, as usual, up to no good. And the General Caraway, can no longer ignore this, which is really messed up, considering the Dictator and the General are supposed to be like on really close terms with each other if they want to maintain any form of power. So, it's still weird, and it's bugging me that we're like 17-year-old kids who just graduated our SEED exam yesterday. Like, you know, if this were a police academy, we'd be like rookies getting into the second seat while the veteran policemen drive us around, and we do random things like, just standard pullovers, doing routine routes, getting people used to the job. Like, I get it, it's special forces, but they couldn't find anybody with, like, 20 years under their belt already? Why are they going with us? It just doesn't sit right. Anyway, all we can do is just keep going. It'll be held at the presidential residence. That would be the celebration parade of the new ambassador. During the ceremony, you will split up into 2 teams and get in position. The gateway team will enter the gateway and stand by. The sniper team will stand by at the front of the presidential residence until the ceremony is over. This is where the sniper team will wait, right here where I am standing. So we're gonna divide into 2 teams. Got it. That's the presidential residence. Once the ceremony ends, a parade for the sorceress will begin. That's when the gate will open. Lay low until then. The parade may be cancelled if there is any commotion. We must avoid that at all cost. Hey, Secret Service, there's a guy up on that roof. You want to do something about that? There's a guy up there. Hey, Secret Service. You know what I'm referencing. Once the gate opens, the sniper team will move out. With the parade drawing the crowd and the guards' attention, it should be rather easy to move about. The sniper team will head for the roof of the residence. In the corridor by the sorceress's room, there is a hatch that leads to the clock tower. Now, this messed me up in my first playthrough. If you look in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, like a little part of the floor looks different than the other parts of the floor, but because it's not center screen, one may miss that. You know, I wouldn't say necessarily easy to miss, but if one is not paying attention, say because you're trying to understand the whole of the plan and keep up with things, you may not realize, okay, there's a hatch, but I don't see it. Oh well, I'm sure it'll be like highlighted later or something. It is in text, but you know, in video games they'll have like this blue aura or whatever around the important things. There's a clock tower there housing a carousel clock. You'll find the sniper rifle there. Stand by in the clock tower until exactly, how do you say that? 2000? Like, I get when you say, like, 1800 hours or whatever, but 2000, I assume is how you say that. The parade will begin by the gate. The sorceress is, ah, crap. After it leaves the gate, the vehicle will turn left. Okay, so there's gonna be this vehicle that the sorceress will be in, like a parade float. Alright, the parade will circle once around the city, along the outer road, and return to this space. It will return on this side. Then it will turn right, and head this way. Now, this stuff is pretty useless information. Here's where the gateway team comes into play. Now we're getting to it. At exactly 2000 hours, the parade will pass under this gateway. Oh, I can move now. Alright, just got paid again, very nice. At this point, the gateway team will operate the console to drop the gates. the sorceress will be trapped inside the gateway. And then the carousel clock will rise out of the roof carrying the sniper team as well. There will be no obstruction between the sniper team and the sorceress. Take the open shot. Bang. That is all. Now we wait. Alright, I've got a problem with this plan. Like, by closing the gate, the sorceress will be made aware that there are some hijinks going on, and her guard will be suddenly raised. You don't want that. You want the sorceress thinking everything is going all nice and smooth and stuff. If it were me, I would keep the gate open until like 100 hours and 1 when the sniper team rises into position and shoots. You know, it's like, if the sniper team should then miss, then shut the gateway so that the sorceress can't escape from that area. You're free to go anywhere. Go check out the city if you wish. Just one thing. Stay out of trouble. Who do you think we are? We're not like your daughter. We are seeds. Report to my residence when you're ready. We'll hold a final meeting then. Boy, that was an abrupt stop of the music. After that, we'll proceed with the operation. Okay. So what's this way? Oh. Please wait until... Okay, presidential residence. I have no interest in, exploring the city, really. I just wanted to see for a second, like, what was that way, but screw it, dude. Alright, so it's taking us back towards his residence. These, like, open world games where they let you explore certain places to your heart's content, like, I get that. It's fine. But I want to keep the plot moving along. I already stopped stuff enough as is, so, you know, let's just do this thing. We're already 7 minutes into the video. I could save, but I don't feel like it. It's time to form the teams. The sniper and the leader of the operation will form the sniper team. The leader's role is vital. What does he mean? If the plan fails for some reason, or should the sniper miss, and Irvin's like, hey, buddy, the leader must carry out a direct assault against the sorceress. The plan was devised carefully because we intended this to be a covert operation, but our ultimate goal is to eliminate the sorceress, and we must achieve this at all costs. Why don't you just kill the president and the sorceress at the same time? You know, killing two birds with one stone... That should resolve a lot of things. Like, I get the shape of the world, that there's always some dickhead who's ready to jump into the position if the head honchos should suddenly die. But even so, it'll throw a wrench into their gears for a while, you know, mess with the operation a bit. Even if they uncover our identities. So, who's going to lead the operation? And everybody just immediately looks at Squall. I will. Fine, I'll leave the rest up to you. The sniper team is decided. Irvin and I will make up the sniper team. The gateway team will be... Woohoo! Roger. Let's do it! Yeah, the only people who haven't been selected. So who's gonna be the leader for the gateway team? Zell's like, oh yeah, I got this. Make me the leader. Me! Sorry, Zell. Instructor Treepy. Quistis Treepy, you're in charge. So, he remembers afterward, oh right, she's not an instructor anymore. Although, that's how she was introduced, that's how she continues to feel to me, and I guess to Squall as well. Okay, leave it to me. Okay, let's begin. Oh, okay, I can move around as Quistis now. At various points in the game, you can eventually move around as a different character. I think this is the first time that you actually get to be anybody else, so... We're on your team, instructor. Let's kick some ass. Woohoo! Okay. Oh, hi! Hello, Renoa. Finally got out of there! Did that man say something? So, she likes calling her father that man. You know, just another little act of rebellion. What happened between them? No, not really. Where's Squall? I'm sorry, Renoa, but we have to get going. Hold on a sec. What do you got there? Take a look at this! This is called an Odin bangle. I found it in that man's room. Odin? What you gonna do with it? It's supposed to suppress the sorceress's powers, but its effects are still unknown, so I don't think they're going to use it for this mission. If it's Odin's brand, it should be pretty effective. They're #1 when it comes to magical goods. Something to bear in mind for later in the game. Right. Now Quistis is shaking in anger. So what exactly do you want to have with it, or do with it? Are you planning to have the sorceress put it on? Who? When? How? That's what we're going to discuss. We don't have time for that. Squall and Irvin are already standing by. We have an operation to carry out too. You understand, don't you? This isn't a father-daughter quarrel. This isn't a game. You know, it needed to be said. Like, I feel slightly sorry for Renoa, but Quistis is right. We are on the clock now. We do not have time for Renoa's crap. Who said this was a game? I understand what's going on. It's not like I don't have a plan. You know, you want to feel sorry for her, but... I'll make the first charge when we make the full-on attack. I'll try to buy some time. That won't be necessary. I'll get the job done. Now, if I don't walk along with these guys now, I'm gonna get left behind as I tend to be. So, like, is it true that seeds aren't supposed to question their mission? There are times I'd like to know myself, like now, for example, but... Now, this is some pretty good, insightful stuff. What do you care? You care too, Squall, don't give me that crap. So, like, if you knew that your enemies were pure evil, you get more fired up to fight them, right? An enemy that's pure evil? Thundara found. It's just Thundara. Oh, crap, I missed that, and that was important. Squall says something to the effect of, there's no true good or evil, just different people with different standpoints. I radically disagree with that particular sentiment. I'm pretty sure that ISIS is pure evil. In fact, Islamism in general is pure evil. Both sides blame one another. There's no good or bad side, just two sides holding different views. Yeah, one side thinks that a pedophile was a prophet, and the other side thinks that it's not right for pedophiles to be prophets. Just to give one little example, there are many more things I could say. Alright, we'll stall the sorceress here, then it's up to you. 20-0 on the dot, don't worry. There's really no need for the three of us on an easy mission like this. You know, she's right about that. The gateway team will wait inside the gate until 20:00. You can enter through this door. The sorceress will pass through. Yeah. This is all stuff we've heard before, so I'm just gonna follow the general at this point. I didn't click him right away because I couldn't quite see him. So yeah, Final Fantasy VIII, in its defense, Squall doesn't know very much about the world. Like, at that age, it's more or less just ideals. You know, you know enough that, you know, a year is 365 days. There are... Oh crap. I can't speak right now. I didn't click there. General, why has the sorceress decided to have such an extravagant parade? If I don't click soon, I think the text bubbles are just gonna pop up on their own, so... She wants to establish her place in Galbadia Gardens, since she has chosen it to serve as her base. So that's why Galbadia Garden wants her out. It's starting. I'm returning to my residence. Good luck. Damn it. I'm sorry that my thoughts got interrupted there, but... There's sometimes a danger of if I don't read a text box and it turns out it just goes on without my clicking, as it does sometimes, then I just gotta go with it. Instructor, what's up? Maybe I was too hard on her. Quistis, just let sleeping dogs lie. Too hard? I'm going to go apologize. You mean Renoa? But we can't just leave our post. Sylphie, speaking truth. Now, two things can be true at once. It is true that they don't need 3 people to be here for this part of the mission. It is also true that They have a post. They were assigned to this place, you stick to your assignment. We still have time until 20:00. You two wait here. We can't just... Hey, wait up! You're all going? Come on, guys. Alright, well, I have no choice but to do this. Oh, there goes Caraway. See, if that were Thundaga, I would totally take it, but it's just Thundara, so... I'm not in any mood for mid-level magic. Go hard or go home. Alright, so things are setting up. You know, the more we run around out here, the more people are going to claim to see us. Oh boy, father-daughter. This is the first time the two of them are alone together. Renoa's like, go away, Dad. It'll be chaos out there soon. You'll be safe here. Yeah, Dad, get out of here. He's right. Like, this is the best place Renoa could be right now, per our contract. Click. Oh no! He's gonna lock me in! Good! So is he pressing the little buttons to keep it locked? I can do it. Oh no, it's just a lock that takes, what, 30 seconds to actually... Renoa, I'm sorry, What? Yeah, it's not budging. Huh? Did we get locked in? That Caraway guy? We're smack dab in the middle of a family quarrel here. This is bad. I'm worried about Renoa too. Quistis, I'm disappointed in you. You know, I said you were the most level-headed of the group, and until that most recent terrible decision you made, it was 100%. Like, you've been perfect all around. Until now. What do you mean? Renoa's probably on her way to see the sorceress as we speak. So, she wanted to help us. Oh, maybe I should fast forward this part because it takes Renoa a while to climb stuff. I'm not a Sieg, but... You can't have people like this, who are determined to get things done on their own when there is already a plan in place. You're just gonna screw it up. I can do this. Now I'm saying this as somebody who's played this game before and knows how it goes, but even so... This isn't some kind of game. Boy, those were very conveniently stacked boxes right there, huh? The game acknowledges that this is a bad idea, that one will be in trouble for this, but still, here we go. So, you know, it's a nice drama, I suppose, even if it's not really all believable. Like, I refuse to believe that a door would take that long to lock. Quistis breaking character. Boy, that bites my butt. Oh well. Alright. Oh boy, this music. Here we go. Excuse me. I'm the daughter of, Galbadian Army's, General Caraway. I thought I'd come to pay my respects. You know, because of my father and all. So, brought you a small gift. Please. How is it that she managed to get in here without any guards? Ooh, bzzzt. Iya cannot be arsed. Doesn't even talk to her, just boom, immediately the protect shield is up. Oh, what's happening to your armor, Noah? That is terrifying. She just force lifted her and then punched her in the face with her magical powers. Boy, you talk intimidating. This is a scary woman. Here she comes. Hey, that girl... Alright, so I don't like talking during cutscenes, which is why I shut up after a couple of seconds there, but how would they tolerate Rinoa standing up there with the sorceress? And moreover, why is she standing up there with the sorceress after just getting lifted into the air and force punched in the face? Like, what? How is Rinoa not still lying unconscious on the ground back there? Like, I want to comment on this stuff before it slides too far, because everything is just go, 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 next thing, next thing, next thing, before I can properly, absorb it. But this has to be a momentary stopping point, because I've had this sort of theory that in this world that is saturated with magic, depending on how much magic you have on you and around you, it serves as a sort of protective force. Like, when Edea stood up, and she did that boom thing that caused those two, wing things on her dress to, billow out. Like, you wonder, first of all, what is that? It's basically just stylistic sort of magic-y stuff. But, her magic is so strong that it's almost visible. It's causing her cape to billow and whatnot. So, this is me just theorizing, giving way too much credit to this game, more than it deserves, but if you stock enough magic, there's a reason that when people fire guns at you, it does 17 damage or 30 damage or something else minuscule like that. Whereas when Zell punches people, it's doing 100-some damage. It is the magical influence around you. And I'm not just saying that because that is part of the junctioning system. When you junction magic to yourself, for instance, the hit points junction. Squall now has 10 times the amount of HP that he had before, or at least 5 times the amount, excuse me. It was because he had so many Kiragas. He has almost 100 Kiragas junctioned to him, and so it gets junctioned to his HP, and all of a sudden, he's got a ton more hit points. Now imagine if that stuff had been junctioned to his vitality. Anytime that any sort of physical attack is shot at him at that point, be it a gun or a bullet or a giant monster slashing with its claws or whatever else, it's going to do very little damage because Squall's stocked magic is absorbing so much of it and bumping up his defense stats. Yeah, it's the GF's influence, the summon spirits, but it's the magic that has combined with that stuff. So, it is theorizing, but it's not without some evidence. People have enough magic drawn to them, like the draw function here, they become much more powerful. And I guess only certain people, like seed candidates and sorcerers and those who are capable of junctioning summon spirits, can even pull this stuff off. I'm pretty sure that 99% of the populace on this planet are just normal people, and the reason that Seed can do it is because we are, heads and shoulders above the rest. So, anyway, there's my theorizing, and I'm gonna get back to it now. Hey, that girl! Although, of course, the hole in that theory is the girl, Rinoa. The fact that somebody as seemingly incompetent as Rinoa can still, junction GFs and magic and stuff, that sort of stuff takes skill. I realize that she is competent in the sense that she was able to, get a resistance faction summoned around her. I'm sure an upbringing in the general's family had something to do with that. Military and whatnot. But still, as the game says, she doesn't have the seed training that we've had. So, Rinoa? Oh. Hey, look at her body language. So, sorry, I still have more commentary to make here. In the cutscene, she came out looking relatively normal, but right here, she is swaying on her feet right now. You could tell that she's not all there. Which begs the question, did she come out on her own irrationally, or did Edea, drag her out here? Why would she have done either thing? She Edea or she Rinoa? And speaking of the things that are being said. You see this cheering crowd in the background down there? You know, just waving their hands, clapping, like, yay, hooray for the person who just called us lowlifes? What? Shameless, filthy wretches. How you celebrate my ascension with such joy, hailing the very one whom you have condemned for generations. Have you no shame? And now there's President Deling, and he's like, Here's what I theorize is going on here. So, some of you may know about Lord of the Rings, but for those of you who don't, that's, you know, another fantasy thing, and there are wizards in that world. And one of the strongest ones is a guy named Saruman. He's an evil wizard who has the power of speech. Whenever he speaks to people, he has a certain charm in his voice that can, like, it can break through people, and if you're not already setting your will against his, like, he'll almost immediately, he'll make you sort of his will slave. You'll become his thrall, and you'll be, I don't know, and compelled to do the things that he wants you to do. I'm trying to think of the right word right now. Now, the difference between that is Saruman, he like suggests stuff to you that is right. You know, he'll sort of, you know, he'll cup your balls. He'll talk sweet to you, and he'll give you a bunch of compliments and praise and stuff early on and make you feel worthy. And then afterwards, you'll want to do the things he suggests because it will seem wise to you. So, you know, it's like, this guy tries to pretend like he's on your side. He's got a honeyed tongue. Now, in contrast, here's Edea just speaking her mind to these people who she regards as lowlifes. And obviously they're under a spell to be, you know, taking this stuff. Why else would she be saying this to them? You know? Like, unless she was certain she could get away with this, it's gotta be a massive crowd spell. And that's another difference between her and Saruman. Like, Saruman, he's a better caster, I think, as far as the magic system goes, because he can only concentrate his will on one person at a time, and he is limited to saying things that the person who hears can agree with. It's like the D&D spell, I just had it a second ago, Suggestion. So, not Gaius, but Suggestion, where you give somebody a suggestion and it seems right to them. Whereas with this, Edea is just outright dissing the crowd. And they're just taking it because all I can say is they're under her sorcery. You know, she is a powerful caster. Or she's being possessed by one. What happened to the evil, ruthless sorceress from your fantasies? The cold-blooded tyrant that slaughtered countless men and destroyed many nations? Where is she now? She stands before your very eyes to become your new ruler. A new era has just begun, and like, only a few people, I would imagine, are not under the influence right now. Like, Deling he's clearly wondering what the hell is going on. And meanwhile, Squall and Irvin are also immune to this stuff, and if I were to be generous, I would again say it's because they already have a bunch of magic and GF summons attributed to them. So, just as there is a vitality junction, there is also a spirit junction. And the higher one's spirit stat is, the more protected you are against magic. It's like in Pokemon, defense and special defense. Spirit is magical defense. So, with stuff like, you know, spells and curses being cast, or just like fireballs and whatnot, you resist that stuff more. And in that same way, I think Squall and Irvin are more resistant to the evil charms of this sorceress here. So, Edea, are you alright? Edea... This is reality. No one can help you. Sit back and enjoy the show. Well, she just killed the evil president in front of everybody. You know, that more than anything suggests that this is a spell, and he is definitely dead. Frickin' hell. Rest assured, you fools. Your time will come. This is only the beginning. Let us start a new reign of terror. I will let you live a fantasy beyond your imagination. And with that, she's just like, alright, mic drop, I'm out. This is why Vinsar de Ling didn't feel the effects of it. Because, she knew she was gonna kill him in a matter of seconds in front of them, so she just couldn't even be arsed to include him amongst the spell she was casting on the crowd. Let us end this ceremony with a sacrifice. Well, rip and rest, Renoa. Hey, she's in big time trouble! Trouble big time, we gotta go help Renoa! Alright, so I'm gonna take a look at the recording time. It is just about 32 minutes into the recording, so... when it's time to get to Renoa, I'll recheck. But remember, 32 minutes. You can see those two iguayan creatures right there just jumping all over her. Maybe this is why the sorceress was willing to let Renoa kind of hang out with her for a while. It's like, you tried to stop me. The impudence. You're gonna be sacrificed now. So, meanwhile, Squall, whose contract is to protect Renoa, says, the parade hasn't started yet. The gate's not open. You gotta be kidding. Oh no, it's starting! We need to get out of here, quick! And because this is a general's mansion, naturally the windows are gonna be bulletproof. So, I meant to go talk to Zell. Watch this! What, you gonna punch the window? Come on, punch the window. Boom! Ah, it's hard glass. Alright, well I meant to talk to Selphie, but... Hello, statue. Okay. That's probably gotta be significant. A key! That's my hunch. Now, there is a portrait in this room of a woman holding a glass. So if you didn't know what to do, like, you look at that portrait, here's a woman, you put a glass in her hands, and... Ooh, secret passage. No way! Pretty sneaky. Let's go. But we don't even know where it leads. No use staying here. Yep, so they are off. Now, I am gonna keep going here, but I did want to do this save point real quick just in case for some reason there is a compulsory battle. Though I highly doubt it. When I played this in my first time, I kept on junction exchanging between these guys because I thought, ah, crap, okay, well I gotta move the GFs again. Now that I had 6 GFs, I could have technically given one of the characters a GF each and then just evenly distributed magic amongst them all, and not have to GF exchange so much, or junction exchange. Oh, it's starting. Now's our chance. Come on. What are you waiting for? Renoa might die. The game wasn't letting me move. That's supposed to be a shock. Is anyone shocked that Seifer's alive after the news media wanted you to believe he was executed? Hey, we're just standing right out in the middle of the crowd, I guess. I'm just gonna stop here, let Irvin go all by himself. Bye, Irvin. Alright. Hey, this looks familiar. Alright. So, this place with the convenient stack of box was just left alone. No guards whatsoever here. Now I get it, there's gonna have to be places like this in order for the plot to happen. There's been several things that happen for the plot to happen, but it's still freaking cool. Like, even the interpretive dancing there, you know, it was alright. What I really liked was that moment where it showed like, you know, the sorceress is just glaring down at the audience around her, and then the flame is like in front of her face, showing just how evil she is. That was nice cinematic direction right there. You know, hats off to the Japanese creators of this game. Can you believe that it wasn't even the 2000s when this was made? You know, there's a reason this game is such a guilty pleasure for me. Sure, it has its flaws, but, you know, I pretty much love everything about it, including the things I really don't love. I know, that doesn't make sense. Alright, anyway, we're up here. Hey, President, you okay? You'll be alright, just shrug it off. Now, I could make a joke about the things I would say to the audience right here, but this is really just a strange... Why is this here? Why are there still people waving and cheering and stuff? And if I am giving credit to the game, I might say, well, those guys are still under the influence of a spell. Like, they're in a waking dream right now. Now, I could go back here. There's that place I'm supposed to go, the hatch. Renoa! Oh. So if I had clicked on the hatch, it would be like, there's no time to waste, we gotta get Renoa. By the way, there she is lying on the ground. Oh, I forgot to tell you, for my limit break shot, hold the trigger with J. Got it? Yeah, I don't got it. But whatever. Let's see if I can draw anything. Oh! I can draw something that I don't know what it is, and also carbuncle. Whatever carbuncle is. Breaks. Okay, let's go ahead and draw carbuncle. Oh, by the way, it is 38 minutes in, so remember, it was 32 minutes in whenever those things were just mauling Renoa. And it's 38 minutes, so they've been mauling Renoa for like 6 minutes. Resonance. What is this? Oh good, it was just physical damage. There we go, time for Renzo Kuken. And Rough Divide. That was one of the lesser Renzo Kukens. Like, usually he'll hit more often than that, but it still killed off that Iguayan. Alright, they don't have anything else I want, but... let's go ahead and show off the brothers for the first time, shall we? And... tell you what, just before this thing dies, since we're probably not going to see these things again, I might as well scan it, just to see what it has to say. And I'll check the hit points first this time. Alright, 500... Oh wow, this thing is weak sauce. A mutation of a gateway decoration uses Petrify attack. Someone has given it Reflect power. Okay, I didn't really even notice that. I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, honestly. So, go ahead and shoot it and let's see if it has Reflect up. See? I didn't really see a reflect on there. Like, I didn't even hear the boing sound effect. Oh well, here's the brothers. Minotaur totally cheated. They both had rock and he opened his hand to paper. What a dick. Alright, no problem. Though I guess I should probably heal Squall up a bit, because, hey, Quest Apollo has Hit Points Junction, and Diablos has Hit Points Junction. And now for the most useless GF in the whole game, Carbuncle. I was scared. Really scared. It's over now. I was scared. I was really... You could tell that she is, like, completely messed up in the head right now, and, you know, it's like, of course, she just got jumped by two things that were statues a second ago. You're used to battles, aren't you? I couldn't. I just couldn't. Well, of course she couldn't. She was, like, bitch-slapped by the sorceress. I couldn't fight alone. How was she gonna fight? You're not ready for all this. Better get going. I haven't forgotten your... Oh, that was Squall. I haven't forgotten your order. Just stay close to me. And she just... all she could do is nod her head shakily. I just don't get how she's alive after being mauled for 6 minutes by Iguayans. Alright, so this is the hatch that we're supposed to open, so let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, after this I was lost. I didn't know what to do. Alright, here's the sniper rifle. Chuk chuk. Irvin Kinneas, it's in your hands now. Well, there were plenty of times you could say that the tension was thick in the air, but... oh man, you could spread it on your bread at this point. Huh? Why'd he get all quiet? Oh, he must be concentrating. Loneliness of the sharpshooter. I guess he has a point. Can't hear anything from in here. What's going on with the parade, I wonder? Seifer. So, he's alive. We're not going to comment on this? I hope that what he's about to say is a comment on Seifer being alive. Rinoa. Oh, yep, Seifer's alive. He was in the parade with the sorceress. What does it mean? Who knows? That is so unsatisfying. If I were to face the sorceress directly, would I have to go through Seifer? Yeah, that's one of the questions, but the bigger question is, why did they say that Seifer was executed when he very clearly was not? Like, this was set up a little bit when the sorceress, like, had him unhand the president, and she could have, at that time, just been using her sorceress power to kind of charm him away as, you know, being the president's ambassador. She wanted to keep his life spared for right then, him being the president. And at that point, she totally could have just killed Seifer now that his gunblade was off the president's throat. But instead, she ended up actually using Seifer as her personal bodyguard. So, upon making that choice, why say that Seifer was executed? Why? So the question of would I have to go through Seifer, yeah, it's a valid one in Squall's mind simply because he knows him personally, but I'm looking at the big picture right now. I don't get why the propagandist would say he was dead when he clearly wasn't, and went on to be like public display number 2, maybe 3. That's the way it goes as a seed. You can't choose your enemies. Oh, and I just realized that I mentioned Gundam Seed earlier, and here's Seed right here. I wonder if one influenced the other. I may end up killing Seifer. Rinoa's hair is just right against gravity. You're both prepared, right? That's the kind of world you live in. You have a lot of emotional training. Has Squall had a lot of emotional training? Like, I get that he's been able to tamp his emotions down, but... I mean, if Zell's had emotional training as part of being a seed recruit or candidate, what does that say about his state of affairs before? Like, if he was that hyperactive before being a seed, or during being a seed, like, what was he like before? I mean, that dude was ADHD to the max, probably. But, of course, I'd rather it not happen. It's all up to Irvin. Alright. Huh? Is he freaking out? Look at him twitching. Don't tell me you're getting the jitters. I can't do it. Oh. Squall's like, damn it. Alright. Oh, crap. So I don't think I need to do this. Let's see, does anyone in this party have a GF? Yeah, Zell's got a GF. So, Zell, honestly, I've got combat encounters turned off, but if for some reason there is a demanded required encounter, Zell could... Whoop, lower that ladder. Okay, fine. Zell could pretty much carry the party. All he has to do is summon a GF that hits everybody at once. By the way, this is about the outer limit of me actually continually using GFs. Like, after this... Oh, crap. I guess I didn't have to cross that ladder after all. After this, I'm pretty much only going to use GFs as a showcase. Like, now that I've got my grimy little hands on some actual good magic, like, I finally refined all of those wizard stones into a bunch of Thundagas. And, you know, I've got other high-level magic. So, you know, I'm good to go so far as casting magic and stuff now. If I'd really wanted to, I could have played cards until I had a whole bunch of Abyss Worms, and the Abyss Worms turn into these, I can't remember what they're called, but they're things that become the Tornado spell. Windmills, that's it. You know, so Windmill, use, Quetzalcoatl's, doggone it, electric magic or whatever. Oh, this is the way you go. So it's electric and wind magic, and so it'll turn Windmill, I don't know what that is, and I don't really care, into 20 tornadoes. So you get like a whole bunch of Abyss Worms, and you turn those into a whole bunch of tornadoes, and then Tornado hits everything on the field. It's one of the best spells in the whole game, honestly. Now, I realize I'm probably gonna miss something down here, but I just can't be arsed. And the thing is, Zell has Siren, right? Whoop, ability. Yeah, he's got Move Find, so anything that would have otherwise been hidden, I should be able to see down here. By the way, how much money do I have at this point? I don't think money's an object anymore. Okay, this is also a way through, so just checking to see if there's anything on this side. Is there? I'm gonna go just a little bit further, just checking. Ah, okay. So what would have been across that bridge on this side? Is there anything? Oh, I see. So it's to get to this ladder going back up, because we'd come down this way. We had to take the long way around, because we couldn't be arsed to go through the 1 foot of sewer water. Yeah, it's gross, but we're kind of on a time crunch right now. Alright, and I can't get through there. Dang it. So do I go this way? Oh, wait, no, doggone it. Sorry, get your crap together. I go up here, and it's just more of the same. This is one of the lamer dungeon crawls. Alright, so I go around, and there's a save point, but I'm just gonna go right past it, and I can't go past it. Well, there was a Weapons Monthly magazine, but I can't be arsed. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna save the game here because this is sort of the quiet before the storm, and we are at the better part of an hour at this point, so when we pick up next time, we should be done with Disc 1. So, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. We're gonna call it for the video, so until next time, you guys have a good one.